for shooting stars, waterfalls and rainbows. It's a place that was discovered, or said to be discovered, as early as the 7th century by Arab dhows. That place, or this place, is Mauritius. Everywhere the eyes look, there's palm trees here in Mauritius. You know what else there's an abundance of? Sugarcane. Everywhere the windy roads take you on this volcanic island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, there's sugarcane. The country owes much of its existence to it, in fact, and so a trip to a sugar factory is a must for those wanting to dip their toes in a little bit of sweet culture. After driving through miles and miles of sugarcane, it's time to find out what they do with all the stuff. And luckily, there's a museum dedicated to just that. Sugar World was an old factory that was closed in 1999, but the owner didn't want the history to go to waste and so dedicated a museum to the sweet stuff. Many believe there would be no Mauritius without the sugar, so in 2002 the museum was open so many could enjoy the history and stories. Oh, and you get a sugar tasting at the end, my favorite part. It was time to hit the windy Mauritius roads again. Even though I did enjoy getting a sugar high, it was unfortunately time to leave the sugar factory, but luckily, the next stop was a place that is a must-visit according to locals, the oldest botanical garden in the Southern Hemisphere. Mauritius Botanical Gardens see as many as 250,000 people coming to visit them every year. So besides all the trees and plants and shrubs that they'll be seeing, there's also an opportunity to see a few animals. Deer, tortoises, even bats have taken up home in this magical place. So I suggest taking a serious stroll through the garden that houses over 500 plant species. In it you might find the talipot, a rare palm tree that dies after its first and only flowering at 74 years of age. I think I might have missed that one. If you make your way down Charles Darwin Avenue in the Botanical Gardens, you'll come to the giant lily pond. These specimens were discovered by a German botanist in 1801 and are said to get up to 3 meters wide. So after the wonderland of the Botanical Gardens, it was time to hit the road again, but this time to the city. Whether you want to bargain for some Mauritian wares or grab and eat on your way to your next destination, Port Louis is the rhythm that keeps the island nation jiving. I did enjoy picking up some legumes from the vegetable market for my next island smoothie. But what if you're in search of the animals of Mauritius? Well, a visit to La Ville Reserve de Mascarenhas should be added to your itinerary. It's home to Mauritian fruit bats who love being fed, monkeys, iguanas, wild boars, donkeys and turtles who spend their days swimming and sunbathing. This reserve is very much dedicated to conservation, helping a lot of tortoises that live here and bringing them back from extinction. But not all of it is about conservation. Crocodile is not just on the menu, but the Nile reptiles are also used in the making of all sorts of leather goods. So we hit the road again, and my final stop was my favorite. Time for a cup of tea. The Bois Chéri plantation is set on one of the most beautiful places on the island, in my opinion. They say a cup of tea can solve any problem. Just visiting this place is enough, I say. But I've never turned down a cuppa. Opening its doors in 1892, this factory is the biggest producer of tea in the country. High tea season, pun intended, is in the summer, October to March, and around 20 to 25 tons of tea is picked every day, and around 300 bags produced every hour. So these are the beautiful Mauritian tea plantations. You start off with something like this. Beautiful young leaves. You don't want the hard leaves, something like this, apparently. And you end up with tea. Beautiful tea, ready for the hot water. I'm going to go and have a little bit of a tasting now. It's not enough at Bois Chéri to just drink all the lovely flavors of tea. They infuse it in everything in their delightful restaurant. I enjoyed everything from garden salads with tea dressing, vanilla chicken, green tea calamari, and of course a selection of tea sorbets coupled with the most magnificent view. A perfect ending to a Mauritius travel adventure. This is Michelle Loxton for Dubai Eye.